start this video with an apology. First of all, because I've got a cold, so I'm not very, a bit hoarse. And secondly, because this channel, well, neither of the channels that I have were, the music channel was meant to be about music, just about music, just about creating music. And this channel was supposed to be about, well, the thinking trees. So just thoughts, things that you think, philosophies, spiritualism, consciousness, interesting things that just go through your mind. However, the last video that I posted was about banning and censorship and forbidding. It'll be linked somewhere here. And although I don't really want to be political, I consider myself a centrist, libertarian, freedom-loving person. I don't know people who are right-wing, radical, whatever the slurs are that they use, these names. I don't like those people. I don't want them around me. I don't want people from either extreme around me, really. Extremes are not good. The extremes are awful. So as with most people, I want, you know, a peaceful and free life for everybody to express their opinion, even if I don't like it particularly. I want it to be heard. Only then can I argue against it. And I want people to be able to have a peaceful, easy, free life. I think most people, normal people, want that. But I don't want to be one of the people who, when asked in the future, why didn't you do anything, can't give an answer. I want my answer to be, I did, however small. So, for what it's worth, here's an opinion, and if you don't like it, turn off. Better still, maybe just listen to it and see if it makes any sense to you. I listen to opinions that I don't like all the time. They drive me insane. I sometimes sit and pause and throw in my bit, well, you're not thinking about this and you're not thinking about that, but then I'll think about it and think about what they say. At least I'm grappling with their with their opinion, even if I don't like it, even if I agree to disagree at the end of the day. But to just forbid opinions has never gone well in the past and will never go well now. So, here's the thing. Unbelievably unpopular left-wing governments around the Western world are, under huge protests against their policies, refusing to step down. On the contrary, they're implementing more and more draconian measures on those who voted them in, forbidding protests, making up ridiculous hate speech laws to prevent people from saying what they want. And all of this under the guise of fighting right-wing radicalism. Where? I don't see any right-wing radicals. I see a load of Antifa graffiti around. I hear left-wing radicalism every single day. But apparently we have a problem with the right-wing radicals. Where exactly? Am I missing something? Unless you're redefining any form of protest as right-wing radicalism. All of this is being done for you and to defend democracy from these evil right-wing radicals you apparently have a massive problem with in your everyday life. This is the reason why we must give the definition of democracy and securing of it to those who the people no longer wanting power, demonstrably, by the way. Only that way can they create new laws to limit you and your freedom of speech, opinion and expression, so that you are safe from the evil right wing we somehow never seem to hear anything of. Is this just a coincidence that this is the case in so many countries all over the Western world at the same time? Pure coincidence that these unpopular left-wing governments are so unpopular because they are all doing the same thing, destroying any chance of political opposition. Trump in the States, the AfD in Germany, and so on. All are inflicting mass uncontrolled immigration on their people who are supposed to pay for it with their constantly unaffordable taxes and their disappearing pensions, but who demonstrably don't want it. They are flooding countries with unvetted peoples from lands we were told a few years ago were the enemy, and we should hate them, apparently, because it was convenient then. The result is a massive peak in crime, but we're not allowed to say that the two are connected. You dissident, off to the gulag with you. They are giving asylum to people who are from perfectly safe, war-free countries, blowing taxpayers' hard-earned money on dross, creating forever wars to make money from arms for their friends, whilst talking about safety, democracy and freedom, killing millions in the process. All the policies are the same, including the attempts to utterly annihilate any opposition. Coincidence? The similarities are not similarities. This is by design, and if you dare to point out that the emperor is not wearing any clothes, just as practiced in the Kov times, you're a Nazi, dissident, and all the usual slurs. Your friends and neighbours are being encouraged to snitch on each other, like in the German Democratic Republic, the DDR. They divide the opinions of the population, tell lies about the others, call them vermin and rats. Where have we heard this language before? And demand you snitch so they can be silenced. Pure evil. There is a conservative backlash, though. They are naturally branded with the very same slurs, Nazis, racists, blah, blah, blah. But the dissidents are gaining strength. Those terrified and greedy to hold on to their power are desperate and will stop at nothing to retain their comfortable life. The coordinated attack is failing. Successful dissidents are returning to measured common sense and reasonable government. People are not stupid, and they are wide awake now. Look back in history and compare the tactics being used on you now to those who perfected them back then. Stalin, Pol Pot, Mao, etc., etc. Ignore the will of the people. Create measures against protest, call dissidents vermin, defame, lie, and eventually, we know where it leads. It is nothing other than attempted subjugation of the masses. Again, you though, you put these people there and you can remove them. Of course, all these views are considered dissident Nazi views, etc. Why? Because they've decided it so. Attempts are going on right now to prevent you having these views at all and to make them forbidden, and to even make it forbidden to have the intention to think them. The thought police. See the democratic protection laws in Germany, the Demokratieschutzgesetz. You are gradually losing your liberty, slice for delicate slice. When it's gone, you will wonder how all of this could have happened, but you'll remember what it was like. The worst thing is, your children will not. They will not remember what it was like. This condition will be their reality.